So this is the opening screen of Cavco Maker Plus, and we're going to begin by opening a new job. I think we're going to have a work area of 100 by 100 millimeters. High resolution. I always keep it, full high resolution. I've got a fairly fast computer, and it's just a good practice to have. Of course, you can have the datum or the start of the program in any corner you wish. Normal for CNC routers is in this bottom corner here. If it's a CNC milling machine, it'll be in this top left hand corner here, but it really doesn't matter, whatever your preference is. And in this case, because it's a circular pocket, we're going to start in the middle. Press OK. So we're going to come here to the circle drawing tool, left click, and come to, if you notice, when you come to the center of your material, the cross cursor turns to a target. So Cavco recognizes, okay, well, we think that you want the center, so we'll indicate that we'll snap to the center. And indeed, if you notice up there in the top right hand corner, X0, Y0, so it has snapped to the center of the work. So we're going to left click. So we're going to left click, hold down, and just draw it out. And actually, that's probably too big. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put an odd number here for you. I'm going to say 50.8. Now 50.8 millimeters is exactly 2 inches. So we're going to have a 2-inch diameter pocket written in millimeters. Press OK. And we can come out of that. Now, to get to the toolpaths, you can either come here and select this, or you can come up here and select toolpaths. It's whatever your preference is. So, well, I will open this for you. It's a 2D operation. Well, actually, to be specific, it's a 2.5D. So we're going to come down here, area clearance. So we'll click on that, which brings this wizard up. Selected vectors is selected. There's the vector, it's selected. So that is what we're going to machine. Start depth 0. I always use 0 as the top of the material. I very rarely vary from that. Finishing depth, we'll go 10 millimeters. Okay, so now we're going to pick a tool. So we'll go into add a tool. Now this is a question that I get a lot of, and I'll do this for you, and that is, a lot of people say to me, oh, but we can't find the 8 millimeter end mill in the tool listing. Where do we get it from? Well, I'll show you. So I'm going to, well, I'll take this 6 millimeter, and then I'm going to copy it. So then I end up with 2 6 millimeters. So then I pick the upper one, because I'm going to make that a larger number in the listing. And I'm I'm going to come here now to edit. So yes, it's an end mill, but we want an 8mm. So you just alter that to 8mm. Bit of a space there, maybe. 8mm. It's a slot drill, end mill. It's fine. Okay, diameter. So we're going to alter this to 8mm diameter. Step down. Now, look, this is not set in concrete here. You can have whatever you want. I'm going to say 2mm. So it's 2.0 millimeters. Step over. You can either do it in a percentage of the diameter. Or in my case, I'm just going to set a figure here of 2mm step over. RPM 15,000, it's about right. It can be 15, 16, 17 or even 18,000 depending on the material that you're actually going into. Feed rate 20mm a second, that's okay. Plunge rate 6mm, so that's okay, but I normally use a ramp anyway. But you can fill that in. You can actually fill these figures in to suit the material that you're actually going to machine at the time. So you press OK, and then that particular 8mm tool is in your tooling list. So that is how to create an end mill that isn't in the listing, and how to adjust the figures in the, shall we say, the tool wizard. But for our job that we're going to do now, we're going to pick the 6mm. So we're going to say select, and there it is. So I'm just going to pull this down, and we're going to alter these figures now to suit the machining job that we're going to do. I think 2mm is fine. I could do 1.5. Okay, 1.5. You know, this is the first cut that we're going to be doing with this particular newly finished CNC machine. So we're going to say a step over of 1.5. You know, I could go to, I'll go to 2mm, and this, the step down, I'm going to go 1.5. 20mm, that's fairly slow. In the controller that I'm using, I can alter this to start off slower and then ramp the speed up if I want. So I'm going to say 60mm per second. Plunge rate 5. 15,000 RPM. At the moment, I am not allowing the controller to adjust the spindle speed. I'm doing that directly on the VFD. So that's what I will be doing. So I'll leave it at 15,000. Tool number, I always leave it at tool number 1. It's fine. Now I practically always use an offset raster, that is, and it's going to be starting from the center inside and work its way out. I'm not interested in independent finish. You know, if I was working with aluminium, I may put that in there to get a real accurate finish. But what I will use is ramp moves. I like to ramp the tool into the material, nice and gentle. It's a ramp angle of 10 degrees, which is fine, fairly shallow, it's fine. Maximum ramp length, 10 millimeters, that's fine. Minimum ramp length 10 millimeters, so that is all fine. Now this one is the zigzag height start. I like to start probably about 3 millimeters, which is 1/8 of an inch roughly above the material, so that's fine. Machine safe 10 millimeter. That's fairly normal for what I use. Now then, define the material. It's 19 millimeters, which is 3/4 of an inch. So we're going to OK that. And notice the screen has changed a different sort of shade. That's indicating that, okay, Cavco is sort of accepted everything that I've put in, it's checked it, and everything appears to be fine. So the next thing to do is to name this program or piece of G-code that's going to be written. So we're going to say test 01. You know, normally if you was doing quite a large job, you would be putting tool information in here, the size of the tool, and what have you. Calculate now. And it's as quick and easy as that. Okay, so we can come out of that. And the next thing we want to do then is to save this file to a flash drive. So to save this program to a flash drive, you just come here to this representation of a floppy disk. Some of you may not know what a floppy disk is. Okay, so there it is, test 01. It's into the J drive, and it's G-code millimeter tap. The particular control unit that I am using, which is an SMC5, this is the G-code that it understands without any hiccups. So press save. Thank you for joining me for this Cavco Maker Plus tutorial for beginners, and that is how you make a simple pocket and also create a tool in your tooling list. And don't forget, there is a 5% discount code underneath this video in the video description area for Cavco Maker, Cavco Maker Plus, and Cavco the main program, and the discount applies right across the board.